Yeah, I think we're good. Wait. Maybe?
Maybe?
Yes. Because Fenia just called me like a minute ago and was like, I'm not called me, but it said, you have a missed call from Fenia. All right, so do you want to leave that here?
Yes, I am. I'm going to text.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
But I'm going to leave it here during the day.
Because you're going to be picture puttering.
I'm picture puttering. I'm absolutely picture puttering.
Even if I don't participate.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you so much. Was it in the tent or was it outside?
It was outside.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I couldn't remember.
So about this, because I think it would be cool to have a whistler myself. If you specifically choose one of the larger fletchings for it.
So this is just a thing that Godsmere gave out as prizes. These are what are affectionately referred to as flu arrows.
Yeah, ones that got out.
Yes. So there's specific use for these. I have not really had them apart from using them as part of a whistler. So, yeah.
Could I use one of my own?
So, yeah, all you need is this tip, which is 3D printed. And actually, I could talk to Godsmere and get the design. And
Adrian, I'll point you to the 3D models.
Do I need to glue it on?
You don't have to. Usually, it snug fits on the shaft. And actually, it works out because these things tend to, because they're plastic, break easier than like metal tips. So you can replace them.
Yeah. Must be fun to shoot at a
Oh, super fun for a flight shoot.
cloud.
Yeah, cloud. Do you have Fenia on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you maybe message her and let her know that we're on? So, but anyways, we're doing a thing as part of also know how to sign tips, and everybody who has them is going to play them.
Where would the stream be?
SCA Alpha Mod, the Kingdom page.
That page?
Yes, I believe it's the SCA Alpha Mod page, but it might actually.
That's not.
No, it would be SCA Alpha Mark. Yep, that's it. Oh. Invite group members to watch. Hello. There we go. All right. Shutter putter. That's what you can do.
I was going to try to hit the bathroom. I think I've had enough time. The barrels are going to have to.
Yeah. You know what? I need to as well. So I said I need to as well.
Okay.
Oop. No, I guess not.
Traffic's higher than I thought it would be.
As we create history for all time. Hearing resumes the court of their majesties.
Your gentles, please seek your comfort. Oh, this is the first Scarlet game that we've attended. And very nice day. A very fun event. You having a good time today? Enough shooting in, throwing in. Hey,
There's never enough, right?
enough for the time frame. All right. Well, welcome. And let's get this ball rolling.
Your majesty will be attended by all youth who are here today.
Sure. Ray still goes up there. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Adrian.
You can.
I usually
Hi. How's everyone doing? Do you know why you're here? We have a treasure chest. And if you can catch the person who's going to have that treasure chest, you can dig in there, pull something out of there, and you can keep.
Is there a weasel in the house?
We're going to give him a little bit of a head start. And when look over here, look at me. When I say go, you can go get him, okay? Weasel. Hold it. Hold. Get him.
And the youth of Applemore,
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
Their majesties invite forward any who are attending their first event or royal court upon this day.
No, he already got his.
That was better than this line.
For our newcomer, we hope to see her again.
Viva! Viva! Viva!
Their Majesties welcome the event stewards, Master Thorfinn Osford and Alma Carlson.
Right, what heck of an event today? Want to tell them all about it?
We go first. Ladies and gentlemen, does Hunter's Home know hospitality? We had many Feastercrats working this event, and though they are humble, you should know their names. On Friday, it was Rachel. On Saturday breakfast, it was Rue and Matthias. Weasel, who now ran away with the children. Today, at lunch with a great sideboard was Audley, Mr. Audley. And this evening after course, there will be even more food. So, with a giant cauldron of soup by Harabe and Armand Arbor, where you will hear that name again soon. Now, I really, really appreciate the amount of work that goes into this event. And once this became a Hunter's Home thing, I'll be honest, I had no clue what to do with the Scarlet Garden. And oftentimes you might see on the thing, oh, co-autocrats, like probably the ones doing more work. This man has done a ton of work. This could not happen at all without this man as well.
Thank you. Now, I am extremely thankful to my shire because this used to be Hornwood, of course, and then went dissolved, Hunter's Home took the land, and they brought the event with it. And they've been doing a fantastic job showing my found family, the Archer community, the best hospitality I can imagine with the food and everything else that goes into it. So, Thorfinn and everybody else in my shire, thank you so much for letting the Archers come out here and play like this. Now, for those of you that got to come out and play like this, the very first Scarlet Guard Inn was ran entirely by the Scarlet Guard. And since then, there was always Scarlet Guard involvement, but it kind of came and went how much entirely. So for this one, Scarlet Guard 10 being a special anniversary one, and one we've been planning actually for the past 6 or 7 years, kind of wanted to get back to the roots. So it was primarily the Scarlet Guard with the assistance of Rena, who stepped up to fill in the last spot, that ran the event. So I also want to thank all the Scarlet Guard members who stepped up to help with the marshalling, because as you saw, there was a lot of shooting to do, and it took a lot of marshals to make that happen, between making the targets and then spending the actual time on the range and making sure everybody could actually play. So thank you also to the Scarlet Guard, and thank you to everybody else that came out. This was an amazing turnout, which was so much fun to see. So many people enjoying archery, some people that I don't get to see out there as often, and hopefully we can get these kinds of numbers at Pennsic as well, because the Purple War, we're going to need you out there. So, Your Majesties and Your Highnesses, thank you for coming out and supporting us at this event.
For Thorfinn, Ulriker, the cooks, and all those who staffed the event.
Vivant! Vivant! Vivant!
Mr. Sheriff, that for all those who ran the ranges, there have largesse for you. Please see them after court. Your Majesties would then invite Master Juan Miguel Cesar forward.
As the marshal in charge, along with Albert, like I said, he did a bundle of work. One of the things we had, Albert, if you want to come up also, we have some prizes. Due to time, we're not going to ask each individual winner to come up. We're going to call your name. Do you want them to see you? Yes, after. Go ahead and do yours first.
All right, so for each of the labors of Hercules, there was an overall winner. For the Nemean Lion, that winner was Aurora, with a score of 13. For the Hind of Serenia, the winner was Armand, with a score of 13. For the Stymphalian Birds, the winner was Hound with a time of 12.69 seconds.
Nice.
For Hippolyta's Belt, which was run by Thalia, Elska was the winner with 16 points. The Man-Eating Mares of Diomedes, which was run by Duncan, had a winner of the Hound. Apples and Asperities, which was ran by Marina, was won by Elska with 37 points. The Aegean Stables, ran by Rolf, was won by Mary with 20 points. The Hydra, which was ran by Bjarki, was a team shoot, so it was won by Phoebus and James Cole. The Cerberus, which was run by Nile, was won by Vitar. And the Cretan Bull, which was run by Robert the Grey, was won by Dawn. I also wanted to include an overall category, and for that one, I took the Scarlet Guard out of it because we're the ones hosting the event, and I wanted to make sure that somebody that wasn't Scarlet Guard would be recognized. And it was based on how people place across all of the targets. The winner of the overall shooting was Abdul.
Yeah.
So the labors that concludes the winners. So one other thing I did, anyone who shot all of them and brought the paper back to me by 2 o'clock gets an iron tassel. Again, for sake of time, I'm going to read off all the names. You can just see me after court. I'll be probably at the end of the hall here, and I'll give them one of the iron tassels for shooting everything we had. Galen Clark, Aurora Deschain, Hound, Murin, Adrian, Julia, Armand. Name keeps coming up today, doesn't it? Darwin, Kalen, Haraboy, May, Jacob, Far, James Cole, Kalen, Gottfried, Phoebus, Avatoria, Christopher Jackson, Abdul, Elska, Simon, and Meinhof, Ivor, Rakeldis, and Gabriella de Winter, Jean, and Victoria, which were both youngsters and managed to shoot everything. So again, all those people see me and I will give you your iron tassel, and with that, everyone had a good time? Yeah! You want to try it again next year? Yeah. All right. Your Highnesses, thank you.
For the Archers of Athelmark and all the winners.
Vivant! Vivant! Vivant!
Your Majesties will be attended by Galen Clark.
We don't have an iron tassel. skill in the archery ring. But you're also a marshal. You also run practices. These are worthy of recognition. You're helping to forward your skill, and helping to forward other people's skill. That's more important. I mean,
A kingdom depends on those willing to defend it. A defender must be brave of heart, steady of hand, and sharp of sight. A defender must be willing to hone their skill and work in the service of others. We Murdoch King and Riona Queen have heard of one such defender, Galen Clark. His dedication is as deep as a Scottish loch. He seeks constant improvement for his martial skills. He seeks to foster enthusiasm in the hearts of others for all things archery. His unfailing efforts to serve his shire, his kingdom, and the archery community have made him worthy for all accolades of nobility. Thus, we award him arms for Saltire, Vert, and Sable, a dragon, Hassan, Argent, done this 7th day of June, Anno Circutatis 60, at Scarlet Guard Inn. The words are by Baroness Sarah Tasman. The scroll is by Baronessa Umbriana Campana.
Right.
For Lord Galen Clark.
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
Your Majesty's seat, Lord Phoebus Graythorne.
So, we already know you endeavors, and we have heard additional words about your archery endeavors, your prowess of your archery. It's fine. Something which you know how to account for.
that's good. That's good.
So,
Don't shoot.
We, Murdoch, King by right of arms, and Riona, Queen by grace and wisdom, rulers of the Sylvan lands, speak now of Phoebus Graythorne, whose skill and service echo like hoofbeats across the fjord. From the first arrow loosed in the Shire's field to the forging of ranges and archers to the wall, his hand has never faltered. As both archery and fencing marshal, he has stood the long watch, guiding, guarding, and granting others the chance to rise. Upon his own land, he welcomes warriors to train. In cold seasons, he sought northern wall for fencing, so that steel might sing even through winter's chill. Such deeds are not forgotten. As the elk stands proud in the northern woods, so too shall his name be honored. Thus do we name him to the Order of the Golden Ulce, for prowess proven and June in the 60th year of the Society at Scarlet Guard Inn in the lands of Ethelmont. The illumination is by Master Thorfinn Elsmjord and calligraphy by Lord Vincenzo Del Loria.
Right. Yeah.
For Lord Phoebus, who is the companion of the Golden Ulce.
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
Your Majesty's seat, Lord Yakub of Musafir.
Uh-oh.
Your name got mentioned a few times there as well. Your performance today. not really much of a surprise. We've heard a lot about you. And word has reached our ear, but word has reached our ear by demands of a group of people.
Your Majesty will be attended by the Noble Order of the Scarlet Guard. As Jacob approaches the line with his bow strung and a smile on his face, he steadies himself to take the shot. He knocks an arrow, takes a deep breath, and listens for the command to loose. He lets it fly, and the arrow hits its mark. With honor and humility, he accepts the prizes given to him. His skill and knowledge of archery is extensive and grows day by day. On this day do we, Murdoch Vane King and Riona Miros Queen, grant Jacob al-Musafir into the Noble Order of the Scarlet Guard on the 6th day of June, Anno Septitatis 60, in the Shire of Hunter's Home. For the grant arms, the scroll is by Baroness Anastasia de Lamore, on parchment by Mrs. Abigail Brown.
Wow.
Guard Doug. There we go. At this point, we would normally ask you to read your order because the separate. And we just.
And Majesty will also be attended by Lord Cedric de Lothian.
There's more. You. We got
We know from Blackstone you are loved in your community, and we have heard from members of this order that they wish for you to be a part of them. So, we would not refuse the order. I'll give him my device.
Embrace the news! Exclaim it loud and long! We, Murdoch, King of Athelmark by right of arms, and Riona, Queen and noble inspiration, have seen the virtues of Cedric de Lothian in the kingdom of Athelmark. From the foundation of trustworthiness to the wisdom of a strategic mind, Cedric has demonstrated the capacity to lead with the courage to make decisions, with compassion to know what and when the actions are to be meted out. With steely-eyed discipline to make every shot count, Cedric has been a dependable leader of the archers. Therefore, it is only fitting that we induct him into our noble order of the Scarlet Guard and grant him arms to be borne by him alone throughout the known world. Profess sable gules, a phoenix and flamed ore, in chief a Maltese cross of argent. In witness whereof, we set our hand and seal, done this 7th day of June, Anno Septitatis 60, at the Scarlet Guard Inn in the Shire of Hunter's Home. The words by Shahagan Gunan, calligraphy and illumination by Jinx. Wow.
proclaimed his, we have proclaimed his creature.
For the Honorable Lord Jacob and the Honorable Lord Cedric, newest companions of the Noble Order of the Scarlet Guard.
Vivas! Vivas! Vivas!
All right. Take it back.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Oh, no, come on back. We got more hugs for you.
On June 5th, Anno Societatis 59, the Board of Directors of the Society for Freedom and Anarchism created a new peerage order to recognize those individuals who, possessing all the other skills, virtues, and attributes appropriate to members of the peerage, shall also have distinguished themselves by outstanding achievement in ranged martial pursuits, including archery, thrown weapons, and siege engineering. And the name of this accolade shall be the Order of the Mark, an ancient term for target, for those called to this order have shown singular skill to reach their mark. This order shall rank in precedence with the Order of the Chivalry, the Order of the Laurel, the Order of the Pelican, the Order of Defense, and shall carry with it a patent of arms.
And while we may be taking turns with calling those premiers into court and bringing up their worthies and reading the scrolls, we will have it known that each member will have the honor and responsibility of being premier, not only within Ethelmark, but across the society.
Their Majesties at this time call forth those candidates who were previously chosen. Maureen McBain, Rosalia.
This way comes Maureen McBain, companion of the Keystone, the Millrhine, and master of the Pelican, companion of the Sycamore, the Floor, and master of the Laurel, companion of the Golden Alp, the Golden Thorn, the Quintain, the Golden Lance, and co-principal of the Scarlet Battery, First Queen's Combat Rapier Champion of Sylvan Ethelmark, Forester, companion of the Order of St. Hubert and First Ranger of Ethelmark, Santiago de Compostela, Pilgrim, beloved of Rhiannon, and fountain of humility.
The Honorable Lady Rosalia Juliana Andre.
Majesties, Highnesses, noble populace all here, summer days greetings. Deadly warrior, ladyship Rosalia, third of battery, Ethelmark, once and future, marshal and siege general. Rosalia comes, Scarlet Battery, Keystone, Golden Ulce, Sigil, Golden Thorn, Rainbow of Comets, Order of Mark, now answers.
The Honorable Lord Casimir the Golden.
Here now, the Golden of Excite, and the renowned Casimir the Golden. It came to pass in the waning days of strife and long toil in the lands of the Tiberhirans, and the weariness fell upon the fellowship. For many years had they waged war beneath sun and shadow. Thus they turned their hearts from battle and departed thence, seeking fairer lands and a gentler purpose. Then those companions, Halfdan, Seppa, Bjarki, Snorri, Annika, Hesa, Thorir, and Ayla, Ren, and Casimir, and sundry others unnamed in this chronicle, made for themselves a new dwelling in the distant realm. They raised there a hall, hallowed it and Skyty, which, in the common tongue, is called clan marksman, or house Jedi. Now among those were three, Snorri, Bjarki, and Godzimir, who took up the bow and bent their will to the mastery of the archer's craft. Long did they strive upon the ranges, and many shafts did they loose beneath the watchful boughs. And in time, they grew mighty in skill and fame, so that they were named in master moments by all who beheld their marksmanship. Yet not all paths run ever straight, for Bjarki was drawn once more to the clash of arms upon the list field, to the ringing of sword on shield, the gleam of helms beneath the sun, and with him went Halfdan and Thorir and others, and their feet came less often to the archer's green, and the memory of the bow grew dim in Bjarki's hand. Likewise, Snorri was ensnared by other callings, the hammer's song on anvil, the forge fire's glow, the crafting of subtle things wrought in gold, silver, gleaming mithril. The smithies of the dwarves he went gladly, and his arrows fell fewer, and his bow leaned unstrung. But of all that company, Godzimir alone held steadfast. Never did he forsake the ranges, nor the way of the bow. He taught many to draw and to loose, to fashion arrows keen and quivers fair, and many were the tools of his hand, both humble and wondrous, that armed the companies of the archers of the debatable lands. Tournaments he devised, that skill might be tested and valor proven, and he forged from fellowship a brotherhood of foes, keen-eyed and resolute. Thus his fame grew, and word of his deeds passed beyond the field and into high places. Even the king and queen of that realm heard of tell of him, and bade him come before their court. Now the day has come, and lo, he draws nigh, Godzimir the Golden, steadfast in aim, pure of heart, and unstained in honor, to be named a peer of the realm and set among the principals of the Order of the Mark. Rejoice, O people of the North, for one worthy has arisen from among you.
We called you before us 3 weeks ago and named you as our choice, as the potential principals of the Order of the Mark. We demanded that you appear today here, sit vigil, and accept counsel. You have done so. Was it good counsel?
It was, Your Majesty.
Did you weigh all of the merits and all of the potential issues?
Yes.
Is it your desire to continue?
It is.
Rotary Godzimir, Morian, their weapons. Please surrender them to their majesties at this time. Is there a companion of the Order of the Chivalry to speak for Godzimir?
Your Majesties, Highnesses, and all you fine folks here today.
I am Jarl Bjarki MacArthurson. I'm going to speak for this man. It is my great joy to stand as the member of chivalry for my friend Casimir the Golden. Now, when we call someone golden, we usually mean they're rare and precious, like the metal. And truly, Casimir is precious to his kingdom. But let's be honest. When most of us hear golden, we're also thinking golden retriever. In our household, we've long joked that Casimir is a golden retriever in spirit. And while it always gets a laugh, the truth behind the joke is exactly why he stands here before you today. Like the metal, Casimir brings value wherever he is. His skills, his steadiness, and his dedication shine bright. But like the dog, he brings boundless enthusiasm, loyalty without limit, and a heart that always runs towards the work, not away from it. He has a tireless presence, generous with his time, eager to help, and always lifting others up with joy and humility. He doesn't serve for praise. He does it because that's who he is. Not out of duty, but out of joy. As a knight, I look for those who embody courtesy, largesse, loyalty, and service. And Casimir shows us all of these. Not in just grand gestures, but in small, constant acts of peerage. So while the joke may have started at home, we all see it now. Casimir is golden, and we are all richer for it.
Of the Order of the Laurel, speak for Casimir.
Your Majesties, I am Ariana of Winthrop, and I am delighted to claim that honor for my friend Casimir. When a laurel is asked to speak for a new peer, we usually talk about their skill in the arts or their sponsorship of the arts. But with Casimir, his ability in the arts is actually, while he does create arrows, it is about creating community. These arrows were made for me by Casimir a little over a year and a half ago. Not for pay, not as return for something I had done for him, but out of the goodness of his heart. Totally took me by surprise. And I am not the only one. There are many people here today who have arrows made by Casimir, who have been taught how to make arrows by Casimir, or who have received Whistler points on their arrows that were made by Casimir. And I would ask each of those people to stand now. As your Majesties can see, Casimir has built a very large community, and we are all the richer for it. Thank you.
Is there one among the most noble Order of the Pelican to speak for Casimir?
Your Majesties, wonderful highnesses, and beloved populace, it is I, Comtesse Gabrielle de Winter, most to be one of the members of the Order of the Pelican that gets this honor today. And you're going to notice that he and I were on the same wavelength. But of course, that's not the big surprise. But Casimir the Golden is truly well named. Golden is his honor. Golden is his prowess. And golden is his kindness. This wonderful man, if he says to you he's going to do something, he will be there. His honor is without question, and his word is his bond. His prowess is not just the obvious prowess that for the reason he's here today, but his prowess in teaching and raising up people and making sure that people are able to shoot and to follow their passions on any field. And his kindness is because he is able to, his warmth. He reaches out to people. And that warmth and that kindness keeps people here, which we need. We need to retain our people, or we won't be able to build an army for our beloved sovereigns. when, Your Majesties, when you chose these people, you obviously chose people who their honor would make them fair when they chose people to join them. Their kindness would make them not seem so far away that they could not be approached and taught. And in this man, you have chosen wonderfully. He is absolutely my peer.
Jewel of Ethelnor.
Your Majesties, I am Timothy of Arundel, and I have the privilege of speaking as a Jewel of Ethelmark. A Jewel of Ethelmark represents all that is best about our kingdom. In this regard, I've never quite felt worthy. I'm just a big overgrown kid trying to make sure everybody has as much fun as I do. But this man before you embodies it as a responsible adult. I'm the wrong person to ask. But this man is indeed a jewel. And Your Majesty, he is most worthy of being a principal in this order, and I commend you for your choice. Thank you.
Are there royal peers who would speak for him?
Your Majesty, we shall speak on behalf of this man. I am Sir Thomas Byron, Duke of Haverford.
And I am Duchess Sir Ariella.
The man who stands before you is a golden treasure. He has grown and encouraged the archery community throughout our Sylvan kingdom beyond all expectation.
He invites archers into his home to build equipment, to make arrows, and to shoot on his home range. Throughout a week, he'll be encouraging range and target design and whip up enthusiasm for upcoming practices and events. He is generous with his time, his spirit, and his enthusiasm for his craft.
Your Majesties, we thank you for including him among the first members of the Order of the Mark, and we leave him with this thought in the tongue of his people.
The sowieckiej Rosji syroty wiał zapuszczają.
No, not that one, the other one.
I bruda kniwi zamienić fałszywo uczyciela.
Is there a member of the Order of the Chivalry to speak for Master Morian?
Your Majesties, I am Timothy of Arundel, and I too had that privilege. When I think of the qualities that a member of the Order of Chivalry must have, I can look at this man as a benchmark for all the virtues, the honesty, the courage, the chivalry, the kindness, and importance that we have. This man, in my mind, is a knight. This man is certainly Your Majesty's peer, and thank you for inducting him into this order this day. I think the entire known world knows how I feel about this particular
Are there words from among the most noble Order of the Laurel?
It is with regret that I, Elfrin Ketta, member of the Order of the Laurel, cannot be there today to speak words of Master Morian McBain as he joins the newly formed Order of the Mark. Many know that I have known him for most of my life. Few know that he was, in fact, my introduction to the SCA so long ago. He attended, in full armor, my AP English class to share with us all the wonders of the new Middle Ages. I was enchanted with the idea of the SCA from that moment, as so many others must have been when he spins his tales about the great deeds and wondrous acts of courtesy done by our noble community. Morian is the ultimate ambassador for all that we do, for his ability to connect with our communities through the Paladin's Pantry, or his impressive knowledge of history, his most eloquent bardic arts, or of course, his skill in combat. I must speak now of the topic at hand, of his prowess as a combat archer and his ability to also nurture that community of archers that have become a force to reckon with during these times of war. Morian not only steps proudly onto the field, holding his own against the enemy, he invests the time and energy to assist others, enabling them to dart into the action as well. Do you need help with armor? He is there to assist. Do you need arrows? He has them. So very many of them. Do you need to improve your own skill at taking down the enemy? He will coach you to become better, faster, and more accurate. And folks, do you want to see a bunch of potential new SCA members at a demo get excited? Just watch as he hands them a bow and missiles and lets them shoot at the man, usually himself, in the super spiffy, shiny suit of armor. My belated apologies, Morian, for that inadvertent cup shot. When someone does what they are doing with such passion that they inspire others to join their ranks, this is the true meaning of excellence. This is why I am elated to see him one of the first of this new order. And this is why Master Morian McBain is my peer.
Noble Order of the Pelican to speak for Morian.
I would speak. I'm Gareth Kincaid, Duke, Knight, Pelican. The first encounter I had with the SCA was a fighter practice in Misty Hollow. The first person that I spoke to was Morian McBain. And I desperately wanted to fight. Desperately. And they had some loader armor, but all the good stuff had kind of been appropriated by people there, and all the big person stuff definitely had. And Morian took his armor off that he kind of just got. It was a nice steel set with a Demolano gray helm, and he let me fight in it that day. And I was hooked. Man, I was hooked. But that's just a little example of a series of repeated events that I have seen over the course of my time in the SCA with Morian McBain, in the way that he opens the door for people to participate in our society, especially in martial activities, whether it's helping people get in armor, or when we decided as a household we were going to make 1,100 crossbow bolts and a bunch of crossbows, and we get to war, they changed the rules on how crossbow bolts work, and he shows up in our camp with the foam and the tape to fix 1,100 bolts so that we could fight the next day with all of these people that normally didn't fight heavy, but they wanted to try it, so we made all this gear and made that happen. All that the White Company was not a household that he organized about progressing him in the SCA. Really, it was a household formed to help people go find their place in the SCA. True? Yes. And in this, I don't think it's any different. He's done every martial activity we have. He's participated in them heavily and become a leader in every one of those things. He opens that door as his service in that martial community. It is a good thing you do. It's time he was recognized for a martial period. He is my peer.
Will the Master of Defense testify?
Greetings, I am Illidor de Bettigrain. I am the premier Master of Defense of the West. I've known Master Morian a very long time, back when we were young and did not have gray in our hair. And we used to hit each other with clay swords. We were probably old enough to know better. He also shot me with one of the very first combat arrows ever made out of a golf tube and a tennis ball. Therefore, I can tell you from pure experience, he is a good and kind man then, and that has never changed. fundamentally, he is the epitome of a peer. He is kind, loyal, a good steward, patient, and wickedly deadly at his art. Your Majesties, Your Highnesses, populace, thank you for your time and for allowing me to speak with this man. He will be an excellent premier for this order. Thank you very much.
Words from the populace.
These are the words of Cristofano, Sycamore at large. In AS 57 and before, I knew nothing about Morian except that he liked combat archery and writing poetry. In AS 58, at war practice, I had my first in-depth conversation with Morian, where the first inklings emerged as to the very well-rounded individual he was. In AS 59, he regaled Sadria and I with many stories of his pilgrimages, quests, and travels. It was then I learned what truly made him a paladin. In AS 60, he makes me proud by asking me to speak at his elevation to the Order of the Mark. We could not ask for a more humble and masterful principal for your order, who will continue to act with integrity and respect for the dignity of others.
The royal peers speak on his behalf.
There would. Prince Andreas, I think most of you know that. I'm going to pen some words that get my feelings about Master Morian. Quite often, me, all of you, work our mundane jobs all week long before a weekend event. On Fridays, we clock out, sign off our computers, rush home, pack our cars. Then we drive and drive and drive, crazy hours. When we reach our destination, we park our cars and get out. And then we step through a veiled mist into our own private brigadoon. This is a concept that only us here are privileged enough to experience. The magic is created by believers like Morian. Obviously, this man has already appeared twice made, and it's no surprise to see him sitting here today. Speaking as a royal peer, I would speak of the things that Morian does to make the SCA better through his own deeds that gives life to our dream. He has spearheaded a campaign to aid those less fortunate outside of our society. He has fostered groups within the SCA, like the White Company and the Foresters Guild. He served as a marshal for as long as I've known him, which is probably 30 years, give or take. This man sings. He tells stories. He writes poetry. He is an equestrian. He has traveled the Pilgrim's Path through Spain. He has helped to create one of the largest combat archery communities in the known world. If there is an aspect of the SCA that might even be a little bit fun or interesting, Morian is going to be there. But most importantly, he's bringing people with him. This man is a philanthropist, an educator, a mentor, a servant, an artist, and a warrior. He is the best of us, and I will always strive to be worthy in his eyes, for he is without a doubt my peer.
And are there words from the noble order of the chivalry on behalf of Rosalia?
I would have that honor. I bring words from my lady wife, the great Sir Morgan. I would preface this by saying that Rosalia has had the wisdom of asking us to speak in haiku or tanka. So, very succinct. Again, the mixed marriage. Words from her grace. What action is this?
a woman, fierce in battle, bolts fly far down the field. Rosalia does these things. Rosalia is my peer.
Your Majesties, by your leave, at this time I must metaphorically remove my hood. For Rosalia has asked me to speak on behalf of the law. I am Islewith, fair Llewellyn, suitor to Gwynedd, known as Gwendolyn the Graceful, and it is my honor to claim that right. Like a dying branch, art withers if neglected, but she has grown siege. Engineered the killing rain. Such science befits a peer. Would one speak on behalf of the Noble Order of the Pelican?
I am Mistress Zoe Carmelitina, and I have that honor. Lessons from the sky. Glide on a gentle spirit. Leading from behind, they walk the field in power, strength, and wisdom of a peer.
From a master of defense.
Your Majesties, I am Illidor de Bedegrain, Premier Master of Defense of the West. It seems that Flower Bethelmark is decidedly not a poet. A warrior builds, expanding community. Her bolts soar above.
Is there a royal peer?
I would claim that honor, Your Majesties. I'm Christopher, Duke, Knight, Master of the Laurel, Master of the Pelican, 17th Jewel of Athelmark. These are my words. Noble warrior stands silent and resolute. Kingdom defender. Arbalest, poised to strike true. Proudly, I call her my peer.
Your Majesties, you have heard strong words for all of these candidates. Are you satisfied?
I would love it if we could claim that this was just our decision. The three of you have just been spoken for by legends, heroes. We're not hesitating.
Then bring forth the new kingdom medallion from the Order of the Mark. Are there personal medallions that they may keep?
I got one of those.
There are quite a few.
addition to the medallion, the regalia of the Order of the Mark shall include bracers or bracelets. Let those be brought forward.
And let these bracers symbolize the weight of the responsibility you will hold.
As befits the mark of a peer, let them wear hoods or coats. You now stand before us in the garments of peers. Would you give to their majesties your oaths?
Here now we swear fealty to the crown of Adamar, to faithfully serve and defend the kingdom, to bear honest counsel, and to build the order of the Mark with the truth in our hearts, and with the same passion that led us to this day. In peace and in war, in speech and in silence, for as long as the realm endures.
So swear I, Rosalia Juliana Unred.
So swear I, Godsamir the Golden. So swear I, Maureen McBain.
You have chosen to swear fealty this day, and we recognize the significance of that. We place our trust in you to be the foundation of this new order, to continue to display the skill set and the virtues that brought you to this day, and to let your light be the beacon that those who will follow this path will set their sights on. Not quite yet ancestral medallion.
Your Majesty, I crave a boon.
If it is right and just, we will see it done.
It is this, Your Majesty. As the mark is to be a martial order, we request that each mark, when they come to be elevated, should, if they so choose, receive a buffet from the hand of their right royal majesty. But as those who live by the bow and bolt die thereby, let the buffet of the mark strike like an arrow straight to the chest. Today, I have chosen to receive such a buffet if it is your will, O King.
We set you the task of creating this order and to mark its traditions.
are privileged to name Applemark's principals of the most noble order of the mark. Among these we bestow unto Rosalia Juliana Andre these arms by letters patent that she alone may bear. Argent, a band sinister between two mullets of 7 points vert, and further endow her with all rights to display the regalia of the order without hindrance. Harbinger of woe, riotous bloom of the realm, her banners of war defiant red, gold, and green, as a rose more fair ever raised her helm and cast her righteous wrath upon a dawn unseen, with terrible purpose and eye most keen to loosen the leash and send chaos afar. Unto our foes lay pinioned most serene in bloody glory. Let fly Diana's hounds of war! Rosalia, Maestra, Avatar, present thyself this 7th day of June, Annus Securitatis 60, and receive our mark. Note, this is half of the scroll. The other half is in progress. They will be mirrors.
Very nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right.
The poem is by Minamoto Takaiwa Saiko Kan and myself. Illumination is by the Honorable Lord Owen Tagg. Calligraphy and purification by the Honorable Lady Miss Abetta de Rossi.
Alzimir the Golden, servant steadfast, noble in heart and sure in hand, hath bent the bow in righteousness. With eyes clear and arm unwavering, he sendeth the shaft unerring, and the mark yieldeth to his will. Thus it is known before all peoples, by sylvan grace and will of Murdoch, king of Ethelmar, and Riona, his queen. This man is numbered among the firstborn peers of the Order of the Mark, and further granted a patent of arms, given on June 7th at the Scarlet Guard Inn in the year of grace, Annus Societatis 60. Illumination based on the Ostermere Gospel, 1056 to 1057, Russian scroll by Ariana of Winthrop, on wording by Baron Snorri, Thaddeus Bjornsson, parchment by the Honorable Lady Nicola Beese.
Master Morian has asked the Honorable Lord Cristofano to prepare his scroll. Cristofano says, Morian, I owe you a scroll. For Maestra Rosalia, Master Morian, and Master Godzimir, premiers of the most noble order of the Mark.
Vivat! 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 Woo!
We're a team. You're so pretty.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I ask for the bard Silence to come among us and give us a song as a gift on this beautiful day. It's a song of beauty and great courage, and I hope that you'll love it as much as I do.
I was always doing it before. I was up the drinks. It's always good. This is not one I've done in one of my school. So, we have someone to entertain yourself for about 3 seconds while I go get my backpack with it. I should explain that part of this is because there are Bardic circles this evening, and so those of you who are staying, we're trying to promote the Bardic circles.
Yeah.
That's Morgan and I concocted this so that we could maybe try to get some folks to come to the entice folks to get Bardic circles.
Hey, we're the ones for the right.
While we are waiting, Their Majesties wish to announce that those, earlier in the court, it was announced that the web ministers who assisted the conversion to the Google sites would receive golden escarbuncles. If you are one of those web ministers who have the golden escarbuncles today, please see Their Majesties after court.
Right on up. So, good day?
Yeah, bad jokes, the best. Great stuff.
I'm so sorry to put on the spot like this. I'm sorry.
I call my profession of Bardic. I don't know if I did an introduction to this song. This song is the lyrics were written by a dear friend of mine. She does not perform. She's the one who got me started yesterday. And it has not been performed much because it has only been up to me. And I was very honored that Maureen remembered it. She is lying in her bed. She is looking out the window. She sees the sun has started setting. She thinks of heroes gone. Heroes gone before. In the darkness of the cavern stands a hero clad in armor. She is fighting shadow monsters, and her battle has been hard. Courageous.
We need you run.
Could be worse. I usually use the guitar, so let's try this one. She is lying in her bed. She is looking out the window. She sees the sun has started setting. She thinks of heroes gone before. In the darkness of the cavern stands a hero clad in armor. She is fighting shadow monsters, and her battle has been hard. Rangers lurk in every corner, attacking always without warning. She is bloody and she's scared, and her hands still hold the sword. Tell my story, tell my story, tell my story. Think of life in one look, better and find the final answer to the never-ending question. Just forget that I was with you today. My name was I am gone. Many She knows the answer. She is gone.
I was prepared to take this, but we find it insufficient.
She is strumming in the tavern. She facilitates the songbooks. She translates the French literature, and she helps bards to record. Now we Baroque and Rio now monarchs of the Sylvan Kingdom. Say that Ceylon to shore. Yes, I am gone no more. With the laurels you'll sit vigil, contemplation. Come to court at thinking's end, and when you give your final answer to our right and proper question, don't forget this print was issued at the time and place thus penned. Done this 7th day of June, Anno Societatis 16, at the 10th inn of the Scarlet Guard, in the Shire of Hunter's Hall. The Honorable Lady Rachel Delisseau, the words were adapted by me, using walnut ink made by Silence de Chevy.
Right?
Elevation into the most noble order of the laurel.
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
Ethelmart, you're your queen.
Earlier today, I had a conversation with someone who was learning a new role, taking on some responsibility, and it just made me happy. And I want to let that person know that they have inspired me today. And I'm going to butcher the saying of the name, Blasius.
Blasius Carlson.
Thank you. Because unfortunately in that conversation I did please. I'd like to give this token of inspiration for what we do. Keep going. Does not work without people willing to step up and do something new and something that some might find a little scary. Please. Thank you.
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
goodies to replenish, but you also know that it's me. I think that you get demons?
You do not get it. You know who the demon is.
Excellent.
This is the patron demon of scribes, Titavillus. His fault if you make a mistake. So keep this charm handy, and maybe he'll pass you by. I continued for this one, for this reign. Well, no, you get one for every scroll that you do. That's why I have a box full of these things. You have a demon now, one of these for every scroll that you do, because in period manuscripts, Titavillus is often seen carrying around big backpacks full of words and books. So that's to add to his collection of
Pretty
words.
soon we're going to hear some of you cutting.
He is.
For our scribes and wordsmiths, that our words may be remembered.
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
It's been epic across the entire known world. What we did today, the choices that were made, the people that were elevated, once again makes Ethelmark the envy of the known world.
Vivat!
Vivat!
Gloriam!
Ethelmark! Ethelmark! Ethelmark!
There being no further business at this time, the court of their majesty is closed. All rise.
There's a meeting.
5 minutes.